Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers and to Robbie Rants Live. This is the show where we're going to chat about comic books, movies, television, pop culture, all that jazz and more. So once you guys jump in here, let me know that you're here and who's in here, and so we can start chatting about pop culture and more. We'll take a look at this upcoming week's new comic books. We will take a look at a little bit. All right, we got sound. That's awesome. Yeah. So that's super, super cool. So anyway, welcome back to Robbie Rants Live, the live stream where we will talk about comic books, pop culture, movies, TV, all that jazz. We'll take a look at this upcoming week's comic books. It's a very exciting week in comic books. It seems like it should be a small week because it's the fifth Wednesday. However, there are a lot of explosive titles coming out this week. We'll talk a little bit about the Tom King news. We'll have the question of the week. And we'll finish off with a little bit of show and tell. So how's everybody doing? Once you're in here, don't be shy. Join the conversation. That's how we do it here. Go Raptors is right. Everybody's pulling for the Raptors. Bawana Beast and Nelson in the Eastern Conference Finals with the Bucks. Seems like it's shaping up to be quite a good series. The winner of that, of course, faces the Warriors. What, Thursday? What's up, Eddie? What's up, Atari? Nelson says this is his biggest week in a long time. Yeah, it's a huge week because there's a lot of big titles from the big three, but then there's a lot of big titles from the smaller presses too. Really good stuff. Oh, the Raps won last night. Totally missed that. There you go. So it's the Raptors, Drake, and the Warriors in the finals. That's really exciting. I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be the Bucks. But there you go. So congratulations to the Raptors and Raptors fans, especially you, Nelson. So we'll also talk a little bit about the Tom King news. We'll have a question of the week that's kind of associated with that. But the first question I want to ask is, what was your pick of the week last week? Mine was Road of Bones. I feel like it was a bit of a bare week last week. But Road of Bones really shined above the rest for me. I really loved it. Thought it was atmospheric. I thought it was gritty. I love the historical context that it's in. It's a great survival horror comic book. I really liked the artwork. I thought it was striking. I loved the pace of it. I love the writing. I thought it was really, really nifty. What's up, Adam? What's up, David Hatch? How are y'all doing? What's up, Nonsky? How are you doing? We're doing fine here in Huntsville Attic. Watched the Yankees lose today. Snapped the win streak, but that's all right. We're still in first place in the division, so that's exciting. So what was your pick of the week last week? Mine was Road of Bones, number 1. What was your pick? I want to know. Let me know. Well, thank you, Adam. I've been waiting to deliver Robbie Rants live. Anybody check out the weekly pop culture wrap-up this morning? We chatted about some really cool, nifty things. Warren Ellis on the Wildcats miniseries. That's really, really cool. Really like that idea. Thought that was pretty nifty. Bawana Beast, I'm right there with you. A 7-game win streak is solid. And the Yankees are playing really solid right now, even with the majority of their starters on the IL. So that's exciting. Slime says, I saw Aladdin, and I know this might be heresy, but I liked it more than the original. Obviously, the original has more energy, and Williams is brilliant. But the new version fixes many issues I had. I haven't watched Aladdin yet. Me, Brooks, and Jelani, we were looking at the movie schedule, and we were like, well, Brightburn and Aladdin are the same week, and it's tough for us to double feature nowadays with just schedules and all that stuff. We're getting older. Less time for movies. So we decided that we would go with Brightburn because it was a smaller film, and maybe, if we liked it, we wanted to push it, right? So we watched Brightburn. We did our review on that one. We did not watch Aladdin. Me and Brooks are going to watch Aladdin, I think, tomorrow night. I don't think Jelani's going to be able to watch it this week, though. But hopefully the Aladdin review will be out sometime later this week, hopefully. That's the idea. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm excited to see Aladdin. I don't have any problems with it. I think it's cool. I love Aladdin. So I'm excited to see what they do with it. I really, really am. Isn't it Guy Ritchie directing it? That's weird. Isn't it? That's weird. That's cool. Never would have thought that back in the day. Pick for last week for Joe was Doctor Strange number 14. I have read a little bit of Wade. I read Wade's Doctor Strange at first, then I fell out. Then I read a couple issues here and there. But I haven't been reading this Galactus story, but I hear good things. It's kind of heating up, too. What's up, Reggie? How are you doing? David says, Road to the Bones was his pick of the week. You haven't read it yet, but I snagged the last copy before Robbie could get it. No offense, David. I love you, but I got the first copy, just so you know. Is Wildcats in DC continuity? I do like DJ LeMahieu. He produces. He really does. He's got a great batting average right now, too. What's up, S Squared? How you doing? Brightburn seems like a good FX movie. I can dig that. Wildcats is not in DC continuity, as in it takes place in the DC universe with Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, right? It's its own separate thing. And they had integrated those characters into the DC universe after Flashpoint. They haven't really used them, unless I'm just missing something somewhere. But since they've kind of ended the New 52, went into Rebirth, I don't remember seeing any Wildstorm characters in the DCU post-Rebirth. So it's kind of like their own separate entity. It's different than what came before. It's a reimagining. It's a reboot in a way, but I love it. So it's set in the world that Ellis and John Davis Hunt have built in The Wildstorm, which I believe comes out this week with the penultimate issue. It's not the final one yet, right? That's next month, right? I think so. Tom King's Batman is going to end with issue number 85, which comes out at the end of this year. But he will have a 12-issue Batman Catwoman series to wrap up his story. Nelson says Freedom Fighters was his pick of the week. Great callback to All-Star Superman. Also a great callback to Multiversity, to the Masterman one-shot. So that was really cool, too. I really liked that issue a lot. It was very solid, very bombastic. I loved it. S Square says Flash 72 or 71, my bad. Howard Porter's my Flash man. His artwork in this Flash Year One story has been his best since coming back onto the scene with Flash and the Drowned Earth story, for sure. Yeah, I think it's best for Wildcats, too. They didn't really quite blend in with the DCU. They couldn't quite make them fit in and make it feel natural. I think they definitely do belong in their own zone. What's the purpose of Midnighter and the Apollo in a world with Superman and Batman already? Now, I get that that's cool if they can play around with some ideas, right? But, you know, I think that those characters are stronger on their own. I don't know. Freedom Fighters is really good and has magnificent artwork. Absolutely, I agree. That book's been amazing. It's been really cool. The Grifter New 52, I really liked it at first. Then when they brought in Liefeld as the writer, I didn't really like it from that point forward. What's up, Jeff? How are you doing? We are doing fine here. So, coming out this week for May 29th. Real quick, because it is a 5th week, so some of the publishers have only a handful. From Dark Horse, we have Bad Luck Chuck number 3. Fight Club 3, number 5, and Hellboy versus Lobster Johnson, Ring of Death, Mystery Science Theater 3000, number 6, Stranger Things 6, number 1, which is the story of 6, one of the other children with powers that they were, I guess, doing experiments on and stuff like that. So that's really nifty, really nifty. From IDW, we have Amber Blake, number 3, Dick Tracy Forever, number 2, Marvel Action Classics, Spider-Man 2-in-1, number 1. My Little Pony, Spirit of the Forest, number 1. Punk's Not Dead, London's Calling, number 4. Star Trek Year 5, number 4, or 2, my bad. TMNT, number 94. TMNT Urban Legends, 13. Transformers, number 6. And Uncle Scrooge, number 45. And from Dynamite, we have Peter Cannon Thunderbolt, number 5, the final issue of the series that has been elegant, masterful, and a splendid tribute to Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons' Watchmen. That book's been amazing. That's all that Dynamite has, but at least 100% of everything they released this week is going to be super solid. At least we hope so, right? Boom has Coda number 12, Lumberjanes, Somewhere Green, number 1, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, number 39, and Smooth Criminals, number 6, and also Steven Universe, number 28. So that's some of the smaller publishers there. Mid-level, I should say. What are some of the other publishers, other titles coming out? Because we have some exciting books out from Aftershock, from Vault. So let's take a look. From Mad Cave Studios, we have Battle Cat Volume 2, number 1. We have Bloodshot Rising Spirit, number 7 from Valiant. Blossoms 666, number 4 from Archie. Kino, however you say it, number 16 from Catalyst Prime. Category 0, number 1, was supposed to come out this week from Scout Comics. Diamond still says it is, but it's not on the list that I had today, which is interesting. But I'm very excited for that one. Already got a look at that one. Have an advanced review on the channel if you want to check it out. Dark Red, number 3. Dead Kings, number 5. Forgotten Queen, number 4. Killer Groove, number 1. Did an advanced review for that one. That one is a really great crime fiction story set in 70s LA. It's a kind about living a sad life after the death of a dream, and how death itself maybe could help you get back into your groove, your killer groove, as it could be. It's a really awesome comic book. Punk Mambo number 2 is out this week from Vault. We have Queen of Bad Dreams number 2. Sham number 1 is out from Source Point Press. She Said Destroy number 1 from Vault Comics. I've done an advanced review of that one. It's awesome. Definitely want to check that out. Spencer and Locke 2 number 2 is out. Wailing Blade number 1. Another advanced review that I've done. That's a really cool comic book. It's going to have a foil cover too. Really nifty if you like big, crazy, just awesome action, just silly, awesome, uber violent type stuff. Check that one out. And A Wasted Space number 10 is out this week, in which I will have an advanced review going live tomorrow morning on the channel. So that's some of the other publishers. We'll get to Image, DC, and Marvel here in just a second. Let me get caught up on some comments. But Wannabes, we'll get to that in just a minute, because you kind of spoiled the question of the week. But we'll get to that here we'll get to that soon. Middle West is a beautiful piece of art. That was another fantastic book that released last week. If you haven't been reading Middle West, but you like low-key fantasy from a child's perspective that's rich with themes, there you go. Check out Middle West. First trade is out. Yeah, Wasted Space number 10 is the conclusion of the second arc. It is an exciting, exhilarating conclusion that takes the series into interesting directions, unexpected directions. And Queen of Bad Dreams. And She Said Destroy. So 3 Vault comics this week. I've read 2 of them. I haven't read Queen of Bad Dreams 2, but I'm very excited. I loved issue number 1. Brian, what's up? I checked out the Ronin Ragdolls. I thought it was all right. I thought it was better than the Drawing Blood. What did you think about it? Rise number 3 comes out from Scout this week. I'm behind and only read issue 1, but it was really good. They're building a massive world with an internet story and great art. Cool. I have to check that out. Rise from Scout. I'm going to write that down on my trusty pen and check it out. Category 0 is one that's coming out soon from Scout, and it's pretty cool. It's about like a virus or something. What's up, Kid and Puke? How you doing? Joe's excited for Stranger Things 6 and Doomsday Clock this week. That's right. Doomsday Clock is finally here. Sebastian, my thoughts on Kelly Sue DeConnick's Aquaman, pretty much the same as yours. I really like it. I'm digging it. I think it's pretty solid. I really like it. I was nervous as hell about it. I really was, just because of the whole amnesia idea. But I really like it. It's kind of like they're rebuilding Aquaman from the ground up. So I really, really thought it was cool. Ragdolls was fun. Cool to see Eastman put something out. Absolutely. I'm right there with Bawana Beast. Came in worried, loving it. Stan Sakai cover? That's super cool. Brett, what's up? Brett says Rise is cool, especially the artwork. This is the part of the show where I'm supposed to tell everybody to hit the thumbs up button. And I would greatly appreciate it if you did. Already, without even getting to DC, Image, and Marvel yet, I'm super pumped for Wailing Blade number 1. It's a real fun comic book. She Said Destroy, Queen of Bad Dreams, Wasted Space, of course. What else? Kino, number 16. If you're wanting to jump into that series, this is the start of a new arc. Might as well. It's written by Alex Packnadel, who did Friendo over at Vault. If you haven't read Friendo, the trade paperback is out, and it's excellent. You should totally check out. That's one of my favorite comic books of the last year. Fantastic stuff. Killer Groove number 1 is also one to be on the lookout for this week. Thank you, Brett. Spoiler, Nelson says his pick of the week is X-Men Grand Design Extinction number 1. Those Grand Design books have been really fun, really cool. Yep, you don't have to wait too much longer for She Said Destroy. Let's look at Image Comics. I know that first things off, we have Ascender #2 out this week. And that's pretty exciting. Ascender #2, Black Science #40. There's a third printing of Little Bird #1 in case you missed it. There's your chance. Spawn 297 is out this week. And a second print of Walking Dead 191. That is from Image Comics. Let's jump over to Marvel. Marvel Comics has Age of X-Men Extremis #4. Amazing Spider-Man 22, finally bringing the Hunted story to an end. And as much as I love that story and have been liking the overall direction of it, it's about time for that to end. Black Panther #12 is out this week. Daredevil #6 is out this week. Daredevil has slowly become one of Marvel's best comics. Fantastic Four #10 is out. It's a War of the Realms tie-in. Giant Man #2 is out this week. Speaking of War of the Realms tie-ins, a whole slew of new printings of Immortal Hulks. The book that is apparently immortal itself just keeps going. Magnificent Miss Marvel #3. Major X #4. Okay. Marvel Rising #3 is out this week. There's a Speedball trade paperback out. Cool. Spider-Man City at War #3 is out this week. Spider-Man Life Story has a second printing of #2 with a really cool cover. It's basically the same cover, but it's all white. It's really neat looking. Pretty cool. Star Wars has a #108 Original Marvel Years one-shot special coming out this week. Star Wars Vader Dark Visions #4. Superior Spider-Man #6. Thanos #2 of 6. Thor #13 is out this week. See. War of the Realms, Spider-Man in the League of Realms #2. Wolverine Long Night #5. War of the Realms War Scrolls #2. X-23 #12. And X-Men Grand Design Extinction #1. Marvel is not letting a fifth week slow them down. Not at all. We'll get to DC in just a second. Yeah, Aftershock's been really pumping out some really solid comic books lately. Really, really solid stuff. Ivan Reis's artwork on Superman is the best thing about that book. I really think Bendis understands the character of Superman, but he's kind of dangling the story, dragging the story out a little bit. But I don't know. I want to see what the end game is. It's worth a reread for me this week. What Wonder Woman variant? Yeah, Zdarsky is on fire right now at Marvel. Absolutely. Doing great work. Invaders is good. Life Story's great. Daredevil is magnificent. Daredevil's great. His Marvel 2-in-1 book was good. His Spectacular Spider-Man run was good. Dude knows his classic Marvel. He does something fresh and new with it, but he has a reverence for the past. It kind of is like the best of both worlds. Yeah, I'm going to Heroes Con in a few weeks. I'm really sad because Chip Zdarsky was going to be there, then he canceled. Man. But David F. Walker's going to be there, and Sanford Green, and Chuck Brown. So the whole creative team of Bitterroot is going to be there. And I'm stoked. I recently reread Bitterroot in the trade paperback, and it flowed so well. As opposed to reading it issue to issue with everything else, I kind of lost track of some of what was going on. Reading it all in one lump, man, I'm ready for more. Adam says, happy to hear that Tom King's Batman is no more. Invaders is very pleasant, absolutely. Robbie, Jonathan Hickman said in an interview that House of X and Powers of 10 will not include time and interdimensional travel. What do you think? I don't know what to think. Because he's using all different versions of the X-Men. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the end of the Age of X-Men. Probably not. Probably something that he's doing. I have no idea. I'm really interested to see, though, what he's going to pull out. Brett, I'm right there with you, man. I love Bitterroot. It's fantastic stuff. Man, Chip Zdarsky on Fantastic Four would be cool. When he was doing Marvel 2-in-1, I was saying, I was like, just turn this book into the Fantastic Four. Let's just do it. I've been liking what Dan Slott's doing right now, but I don't know. It's not like grabbing me. I mean, it's cool and decent as a Fantastic Four book goes, but it's not necessary or anything like that. I think the Superman and Bendis, I think Bendis and Superman get a lot of hate, and I think that they sometimes get a lot of unfair hate. I understand if you don't like Bendis' style, and I understand if you don't like his current direction on Superman. I get a lot of the criticisms for sure. I do think Bendis is a really solid comic book writer, though. And my favorite Bendis work is from earlier in his career. When I got to be honest with myself when I reread stuff. But at the times, though, even in recent times, he's done books that just continually impress me. His entire run on Miles Morales, I really think, is solid. I really liked his short run on the Defenders with David Marquez. That was really, really fun stuff. His Jessica Jones work was cool, but I don't know. I get it. I'm interested, though, in doing a reread of his Superman from Man of Steel on to now, very, very soon. Man, Chip Zdarsky on JSA book could be cool. Could be cool. I think he's happy at Marvel for now, but never count anything out. One day that may happen. Well, Brett, it looks like he's already created one crazy X-Man where it seems like it's a merging of Colossus and Magic, or it's maybe another sibling, or maybe it's a descendant or something. I don't know. Especially when he throws in this whole time travel, none of that stuff's involved. Like, that's just, I don't know. It's really, you can't really predict what Hickman's going to do, and that's one of my favorite things about him. Bendis should do Batman. That's one of the rumors. One of the rumors. Miles Morales is Bendis' best work, says Brett. Oh, yeah, the ACO Wonder Woman variant. That one, it's crazy. I've seen it go. Apparently, I saw an article, I think on Bleeding Cool or something, where it said it was going for like $2,000, possibly. That's crazy. But DC doesn't play when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I don't know. It was... I think there's a way that you can get away with it with like parody, but I think that was just a little too on the nose. I don't know. But it's so crazy how expensive it is. Kudos to anybody who got it. Wasn't it a Midtown exclusive or something? What's up, MN? Nelson says Tom Taylor's the best new voice to take over Batman. All right, everybody's wanting to get to the next topic. So real quick, let's go over what's happening in DC this week. So DC has some of the biggest titles of the year that they've released so far out this week. We got Batman Last Night on Earth #1 out this week. That's super cool. There's a Catwoman annual #1. Detective Comics has an annual #2 out this week. Dog Days of Summer, I think it's a summer special. That's out this week. Doomsday Clock #10 is finally here. This is supposed to be, I believe, the issue that explains a whole bunch. So we'll see. The final issue of Heroes in Crisis is out, #9 this week. So let's see. Let's see what happens there. Let's see what happens. And the Superman Leviathan Rising special is out this week, kicking off the Event Leviathan story spearheaded by Bendis, leading out into a Lois Lane book by Greg Rucka, a Jimmy Olsen book by Matt Fraction. So that's kind of exciting. And Wildstorm #23, the penultimate issue of that series, which has been awesome. So, yes, Tom King got kicked out of Batman. Apparently, that was not his decision. Maybe there was not, it seemed like there was some tension there. They gave him a 12-issue series, Batman Catwoman. That's where he's going to end his story. So he wanted to write a 100-issue story of Batman. It seems like he's still going to get to be doing that, but just not solidly on Batman. Batman had been dipping in sales a little bit lately. A lot of people have voiced displeasure with the run. I like the run. I don't think it's spot on, just 100% perfect. I wouldn't even say it's necessarily consistent, but it has some of the best single-issue comic books of the last year or two. I do like the daring direction that he's taken because he's trying to tell a more humanized Batman story. But I don't know. I'm liking it. I want to see what's going to happen, what's going to unfold. I'm happy that he's getting the chance to do that. And it's also still cool, though, because now we know, now we get to speculate on who's going to be the next writer on Batman. Who would that be? So that's the question of the week. Who do you want to see write Batman? We've already had some people talk about it. Tom Taylor right here. That's a good choice. He's been killing it on Deceased right now. Wait till you read Deceased #2. It's going to break your heart. It's awesome. It's a great issue. Tom Taylor would be a great one. I think he'd be rock solid on a Batman run. Who else would you like to see, though? Bendis is one that a lot of people are saying. City of Bane, I believe, is going to be the final his final story in Batman proper. And then he's going to move on to Batman Catwoman, which is going to be drawn by Clay Mann. My favorite artist that's ever worked with Bendis is probably Alex Maleev, and that's why Event Leviathan excites me, because I like seeing those two together. I've read the first issue of that, and the artwork is so good. So probably him. Sounds like it was Warner Brothers that had the problem. That doesn't surprise me. Love the way Morrison and Hickman are unpredictable as writers. It's a beautiful thing. Me too, absolutely. Jeff Johns and Jason Fabic with Gary Frank cover Bs. Are you talking about that's who you'd like to see do Batman? It would be cool to see Jeff Johns do a Batman run, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's cool with Shazam right now. I think that's all he can afford on his schedule. He'll probably give that up soon for a JSA reboot. Maybe. Who knows? Christopher Priest with Chris Samney. Now, Chris Samney on a Batman book. Wouldn't that be something else? Wouldn't that be something spectacular? I would like to see him on a Superman book. But man, he would really kill it on a Batman book. I've heard Christopher Priest, his name mentioned before, Batman's Bookcase, I believe, over on Twitter, said that he would really like to see Christopher Priest dig in on a Batman run. I think Christopher Priest is a fine writer. I love Quantum and Woody. I love his Black Panther work. I fell out of his Deathstroke work pretty early on, but I know a lot of people are into it, and it's kind of a long, extended run. I've been thinking about checking it out. Neil Gaiman on Batman. He's done it before, 2 issues, right? But that would be neat. That would be cool, David. Aiming high, as always. Jeff says Jeff Johns. Adam says Jeff Johns is his favorite writer, but he doesn't see him doing Batman. Rick Remender. I think he might be done with work for hire right now, but that would be interesting. He would probably do something like a more gritty sci-fi take on it. That could be cool. That could be really cool. I don't know if I could do Priest based off Deathstroke. Yeah, is Deathstroke, I know some people that really like it. I have one friend who reads it, and he's like, I wish I would have given up this book so long ago. Tomasi or Tynion? And here's the thing. Tomasi right now doing Detective Comics. He's already had a run on Batman and Robin. Tynion had an extended great run on Detective Comics. I did think about him. His name has popped up in my head, but I don't know. He seems like he's made his stamp on Batman for now. Who else, though, right? But he has been slain on Justice League Dark. Oh, absolutely, Dodora. I have read Superman for All Seasons. I adore it. I think it's a great book. I did a video, my top 5 Superman comic books, last year, I think, and it was on that list. Superman for All Seasons is great. Tim Sale on the artwork, Jeff Loeb doing the scripting. They Long Halloween they did together, Dark Victory. They're a great team when they're together, especially even over at the Marvel books, Daredevil Yellow, Hulk Gray, Spider-Man Blue. So good. So I love the two of them together. Their take on Superman was great, focusing on each season. The artwork was very like Norman Rockwell. I love it. I love it so much. That's a great book. It's one of the best Superman comics out there, I think. Brian A. says he said Dave Matias on the page. That would be neat. He's old school. Yeah, I think Tiny is a little too busy right now, but it would be cool to see him do it. Is the DC Universe Swamp Thing show based on pre-Moore continuity, or are they making him a man turned into a plant again? I preferred the plant that thought he was a man. I do not know. I would assume, I don't know, I would assume that they would be leaning heavier into the Alan Moore stuff, but I don't know. I think what would be really cool is if they set it up the old school way, and then like the last reveal is that he's in fact a plant who thinks he's a man and not a man who became a plant, right? I think maybe they should do something like that. That would probably blow an audience's mind if they weren't familiar with that story. Yeah, I don't like J-Lo that much either. Justice League Odyssey. Oh, that's fine, David. Oh, you're watching Into the Spider-Verse? Have you seen it? If not, you're going to love it. It's great. Fantastic stuff. See you, David. You're going to enjoy it, David. It's really, really good. All right, so I was thinking, who would I like to come in and do Batman? Now, some people have said Warren Ellis. I asked this in the PCP Army, which is the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. I asked people there. They had some nice answers, some really cool ones. I was thinking about it, and I was thinking Ram V, who's writing The Savage Shores right now. I'd like to see him take a crack at it. He's already done some fill-in work on Catwoman. He's got some more Catwoman work coming up. That would be neat. That'd be cool. David F. Walker would be really, really neat. I think he's really going to focus more in on self-published work right now, but I would love to see David F. Walker take a stab at Batman. And Michael Morisi doing Wasted Space right now. He's done work on Batman before, on Nightwing before. That would be cool. I would really like to see his take on it too. So those are the ones that I'm going to throw into the hat right there. So who knows who DC is going to choose? I would think though that the most likely candidate would probably be like a Tom Taylor or something like that. Joe says it would be cool if Jim Lee would do a new Batman story. A lot of people agree with you. I'd like to see it come out on time though. So Jim Lee's a busy guy. Busy guy. Wannabe says he's dropping J-Lo at 12. I only read the first 2 issues. Anything really cool going on in there? Who's reading Justice League Odyssey and enjoys it? Anybody? I'd like to know. So the books I'm most excited for this week, I mean, there's so many of them. Doomsday Clock probably, though. It's been a long time coming. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Adam. I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. And everybody else here at PCP, we thank you so much, so much, so much. My thoughts on the Doom Patrol season ending. I've only seen the first episode of Doom Patrol, so I don't have an answer for you. Drew, though, a member of the Excitable PCP crew, is a huge fan of that TV show. He loves it. Every time I see him, he talks about it, just rants and raves about it. I'm interested to know what he thinks about it. I think he said that he loved it, right? He's really, really pumped, but I haven't checked it out. As much of a Doom Patrol fan as I am, just haven't been able to find the time to fit it into my schedule. But I really do appreciate the donation. I appreciate the question. I'm sorry I actually didn't have an answer for you. But what I can do is ask Drew, and I'll probably can even convince Drew to write a blog post about it. So definitely be doing that for you, buddy. Thank you so much. S Squared says he enjoys J-Lo because there's Darkseid. Yeah, that's the one thing that makes me still interested in it slightly is that Darkseid's in there, and there's a whole new ball game for Darkseid now. So I'm really, really excited for that. Yeah, Jim Lee would be dope, but is it going to come out? I'm excited for the Event Leviathan special too. Like I said, I've read Event Leviathan #1, but I didn't get to read the special. So I was like, well, something happened. And so I'm eager to know what exactly happened. I could fit some of it together, but through context, but still. Adam, you're a standout, dude. I really do appreciate that. That really helps us out. Brightburn needs an extended edition, just saying. Brett, I saw that you commented on our Brightburn movie review, so you watched the movie review. What did you think? What would you give it out of 5 you digs? How many you digs would you give Brightburn? Because I think it's decent and it's good, but I wouldn't encourage anybody to go out of their way to see it, just to watch it in a very convenient time. Like I don't know, because it was all right, but I don't know if I would ever watch it again, because it ultimately it is structure-wise just a slasher film, but with an evil kid Superman, which is cool. 3.5. So Brett ranked it a little bit higher than me and Jelani and Brooks. We gave it a 3 across the board. You did a 3.5. Okay, I can dig that. Maybe, though, if it was a little bit longer, maybe it could have evened out its pace a little bit, because the turn happened so quick. And I get what they were leading into, but the turn happened so quick, so quick. My favorite War of the Realms titles right now, War of the Realms. I like War of the Realms the best. But out of all the tie-ins so far, the Venom one is fun. My favorite has been the Land of the Giants one-shot by Tom Taylor. I thought that was really, really good. wasn't necessarily essential. I don't think any of the tie-ins have been essential. I thought the first issue of War Scrolls was pretty solid all the way around. But my favorite is probably the Land of the Giants one-shot. I thought that was great. I'm not really digging so much on some of the others. Like Agents of Atlas, New Agents of Atlas is all right. Spider-Man League of Realms is okay. Giant Men was funny, but ultimately, like, I don't know. Oh, well, thank you, Adam. I do appreciate that. Right now, my heart has led me working in the comic book retail industry, so that's cool. I also have ambition to go further and higher. So, thank you very much, Adam. Those are really, really cheers. You're too gracious, sir. Miss Marvel #3 might be make it or break it for me. I don't mind them going off Earth, but the interpersonal interactions is what I enjoyed about the series, so not sure if it will keep my attention. I've been enjoying it so far. I think Saladin Ahmed's a great writer, and it's cool watching his craft refine itself and improve. He's at a point where he's really evolving his craft, and it's cool to watch that and see him emerge and shape into a more dynamic, efficient writer. So I'm enjoying that aspect of it. I think he's doing great work with Miles. That book's been getting steadily better. Miss Marvel #1 and 2, I did like. I would like to see him raise it up a little bit in issue 3. I get what you're saying. I streamed it online. Ooh. Do as you will. I seemed pretty cool, but I heard some people going nuts about the ending. I just thought that seemed normal since he was supposed to be evil Superman, right? Yeah. Yeah, right? Absolutely. Yeah, Land of the Giants was really good. That was War Avengers, the one with Deadpool, right? That one's all right. Like Kid Ultraman. I haven't watched Justice League versus the Fatal Five yet. I am so far behind on DC animated films. To be honest, after Flashpoint, I just haven't really liked a lot of them. I thought Throne of Atlantis was good, but I didn't like War and the Batman and Robin. And then I haven't really seen many of them since then. I intend on getting caught up though. What's up, Wally? How you doing? You're right on time, brother. Jason Aaron and Jason Latour on Batman. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? It's interesting to see because Jason Aaron, obviously, with War of the Realms and right after is ending his run on Thor. How long is he going to continue on Avengers? It seems like he's got story threads laid out for at least 1 to 2 arcs post War of the Realms. Maybe he will go straight into creator own. Maybe he'll stick around at Marvel. Maybe he will jump over to DC and do some things there. Who knows? What's up, Jaden? How you doing? Immortal Hulk is a solid book. A solid book. A fantastic book. So the question we've been talking about is who should write Batman now that we know Tom King is ending his run at 85? Does anybody have any other input on that one right there? What is Batman Superman going to be about? Just don't want a Batman Who Laughs continuation. I do not know. I know Josh Williamson's doing it. I know they're teasing a little bit about Batman Who Laughs. I have no idea though. I would like to see the Batman Who Laughs thing. I'm enjoying it right now, but I would like to see it come to a definitive end in the not too distant future. Probably tying in with whatever Snyder's building up to in Justice League right now. Jason Aaron on Wonder Woman. That would be really cool. Wonder Woman's taken big dip in quality ever since Rucka left the title for me. Kelly Thompson. Kelly Thompson is on the exclusive contract right now at Marvel, I believe. So I don't think she can do anything at DC right now, but that would be really, really cool. Kelly Thompson is one of my favorite writers right now. I don't know, what is Twitch? The only Twitch I can think of right now is Salmon Twitch, like from Spawn. You should do some sort of art contest. That'd be cool. What would you suggest? Art for what? Like drawing members, like drawing Brooks? That would be cool. A Brooks drawing contest? I would love to see Kelly Thompson take a stab at Batman. That would be great. I think she's a great writer, and it's also seeing her craft refine itself and improve over the last couple of years has been amazing and fun to watch. Looking forward to Nosferatu. Sounds cool. Let me tell you something about Nosferatu. When I first saw this book or whatever come out, I was looking at it. I was like, I guess it's a license plate, but I couldn't. I was like, I think it's supposed to say something like "No Safe a 2." I had no idea, right? And then I finally realized it when I saw the trailer for that TV show, and I was like, oh, Nosferatu. Okay. I felt ridiculously stupid. They have issue 19, Riccardo Federici, who did the awesome Batman Who Laughs 3 variant, but the Immortal Hulk 19 variant with Abomination's Wicked way cool. Oh, so he's doing a Immortal Hulk variant? That's super cool. Lemire on Batman would be really cool. Lemire on Flash would be cool. Really, really cool. But I think Lemire's done with creator. I mean, he's only on creator-owned work right now for the time being. But that would be cool. Oh, Twitch, the streaming app. The streaming app Twitch. Yeah, I don't know too much about Twitch. I know that some people, they play video games on Twitch or something. People pay to watch them or something like that. That's like, I don't know. That's not me. I have no idea what that is. It's something like that. I know. I have a vague idea of what Twitch is. But I know more probably about Sam and Twitch. Best current indie miniseries, Little Bird Ghost Tree or something else. Man, it's probably, for me right now, Little Bird. Absolutely, Little Bird. But These Savage Shores is right up there. You know, Friendo and Fearscape just concluded. Those were great ones. Peter Can and Thunderbolt's really, really good. There's a lot of good ones out there. If I had to pick one, though, I would go Little Bird. Absolutely. No beer tonight. I'm on a Monster Energy drink tonight. The new Abomination looks creepy, like something you would expect out of a horror movie right up the Immortal Hulk's alley. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about Immortal Hulk is the horror aspect of it. And I'm really excited for this new Abomination. So, really cool. Yeah, like a logo, any kind of fan art, that would be really cool. What would be the prize? We should do something like that. That would be fun. I'll talk to the fellows about that. Let me write that down in the trusty notepad, right underneath or right above Rise to check out Rise from Scout, and to ask Drew to write a blog about Doom Patrol. Fan art contest. That'd be really cool. How are the strawberries in Alabama right now? I don't know. I haven't had a strawberry in a few weeks. So I should check that out. I'll report back to you soon. Is it peak strawberry season right now? I mean, I guess it's summer, right? Yeah. It's nearing summer. It's high here. It's hot. So Little Bird is so cool and it's very unique. It is really, really cool. It's telling a story that has been told before, but it's doing it in a way that's never been done before. And I love that. Fantastic stuff. Saga, I believe, comes back this fall. They took a year hiatus. I believe it was at the end of summer, beginning of fall last year when it ended. So I think it's this fall, at the end of summer, something like that. Yeah, but all good things come to an end, Carlos. Dude, you should have a Twitch. They do all sorts of stuff on there, not just video games. I'll look into it. Absolutely. I don't know, Adam, but it happens. It happens in almost every video, it seems. I get really excited when it doesn't happen in a video, but it doesn't really. It's just going to happen. No big deal. Absolute Carnage is going to be fun as long as it's not too long. One of my favorite things about what they're doing with War of the Realms and with Absolute Carnage is 6 issues or whatever each, right? But 3 months. 3 months. So August, September, October. That's Absolute Carnage. So I like that it's all going to be in 3 months. It makes it feel quicker than it actually is. Lots of tie-ins. The War of the Realms tie-ins, they're kind of exciting, but not really. The Absolute Carnage tie-ins, for me personally, are just crazy exciting. I'm so excited about those tie-ins. Scream, Separation Anxiety, Lethal Protectors, bringing back so many old school Venom references. I eat that stuff up. Those Venom comics in the 90s, I just I read those things over and over and over. The Lethal Protector, the Funeral Pyre, the Madness, the Mace, just goes on and on and on. I adore them. So I'm just really, really pumped for Absolute Carnage. I cannot tell you how much I loved Maximum Carnage back in the day. I was like probably, I think I was like 12 when Maximum Carnage hit. That's like the perfect age for that story. I ate it up. Loved it. Wally's Nerdery says, I watched the weekly review, so I know what comics you like, but what would you say are the top 3 to 5 current comic books out right now? Gideon Falls, Little Bird, Wasted Space. There you go. Who would you like to get a Year the Villain one-shot? I would like to see a Year the Villain one-shot for, first of all, I love Brainiac. Is Brainiac getting one? I don't know. I'd like to see a villain get focused, maybe that hasn't been focused on a lot recently. Let me think. How about Prankster? Just kidding. How about Toyman? Just kidding. Who would I like to see get? How about Despero? What's his name? How do you say it? That guy maybe? Darkseid. I'd like to see Darkseid's probably my favorite DC villain. Are there specific one-shots for specific villains? I don't know. Manta, Black Manta. That'd be cool. Those are a few. How about that? Brainiac, though. I want some more development with Brainiac. What's going on there? Carnage is about to go to 11. Absolutely, my friend. Carnage always goes to 11. What's your favorite series / movie by Netflix? Probably right now, Stranger Things. Though Umbrella Academy is kind of doing this right now with Stranger Things. I really, really like Umbrella Academy. I want to watch it again. So probably Umbrella Academy, Stranger Things. I also really like Grace and Frankie. I also really like The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I was really digging Santa Clarita Diet. They wrapped that one up, apparently. Those are my favorite Netflix shows, I would say. Carlos, you may be wrong, but I feel like you've talked about writing your own book. Any news on that? Well, slow news. Number one, trying to get used to spread out the schedule a little bit so I have room to write. Right now, everything is still in development. So I had 2 ideas that we were going to develop. One is going ahead with some development. Right up there, I got some character sketches from the artist, which is going to be Brooks the Magnificent. So I got character sketches right there. I got ideas formulating right there. I got one story that's really, really set firmly, and I kind of already know that story. And that's going to be a bigger task to do. And then in the midst of all of that, I came up with an idea for a science fiction story that's going to be 5 issues. So I'm really kind of bouncing around with that. So that's really all the development on that right now. Is I got 2 character sketches from Brooks, and that's as far as it's gotten. And I got a new idea, which always slows down other ideas, doesn't it? But I really, really do want to get into that very, very soon. So you were not wrong, Carlos. I have some things in the works, but they're very super, super early on right now. But I am partnering up with Dance Panda Comics to do them. Let's see here. Yes, that is cool, Dylan. Having a bunch of I love the True Believers because some people, especially some of the younger crowd right now, that's getting into comics, they never read those, famous firsts and those big important issues and stuff, even the ones from the 80s and the 90s. So these True Believers one-shots, like the ones they're doing for the X-Men when Hickman comes on, the ones they're doing for Carnage, the ones they did for Venom, the ones that they do all the time, they're great, and they're really, really cool and really, really fun, and they get the job done. I love Brainiac. Brainiac's great. Everybody goes, always put Brainiac in a Superman movie. Put Brainiac in a Superman movie. Let me say it one more time. Put Brainiac in a Superman movie. Come on. Why have they never done that? What's up, Tony? How you doing? I haven't watched any of Lucifer. Umbrella Academy was great, Brian. I'm right there with you. Yes, Joe, I'm so excited. I never got to try New Coke. So this will be my first time to try New Coke. Now, I always could have hopped over to Atlanta and to the Coke Museum, which I've always wanted to do. Everybody else around me, apparently, growing up where we grew up, they all went on a field trip to the Coke factory, and they got to try all these different Cokes from around the world and discontinued Cokes. I don't know why, but I never went on that vacation. I never went on that field trip. I feel like I left out. Like around here, there's all certain field trips everybody does. You go to the Space Center all the time. You go all crazy. You go to NASA, the Marshall Space Flight Center, and all that stuff. And apparently the Coke Museum, but I never went there, and I'm still kind of bitter about it. One day I want to go there. However, I'm very excited I get to try new Coke. It's coming back as a tie-in to Stranger Things, which takes place in 1985, so that's cool. Yeah, I totally would put Stranger Things over the Marvel shows. The only Marvel shows that I really, really, really like, granted, I haven't seen the final seasons of Daredevil, Luke Cage, or Iron Fist, okay? I really only like Daredevil Season 1 and the first half of Daredevil Season 2, the first half of Luke Cage Season 1, and the first half of the Defenders. So yeah, I would put Stranger Things over the Marvel Netflix shows. And that's only because for me, personally, Stranger Things just hits so much of my interests, and I just love it so much. I will totally show you some Brooks art one day, but I cannot show you those right now, unfortunately. But we should show you some Brooks art one day. Brooks's main influence is probably Charles Schultz. Brooks has a very comic strip type style. I'll get some Brooks artwork though that he wants to share. I haven't seen Cloak and Dagger yet, or American Gods, or Legion. I hear Legion's really good. I'm way behind on everything, except for comics. Obnoxo the Clown needs the Carnage symbiote treatment. There you go. You know, S Squared, I'm really tempted to check out Krypton now because that new promotional image, dude, Brainiac and Zod both look so BA. I'm really interested in checking those out. See, but I would like to go to Niagara Falls, Brian. That sounds super cool to me. The Space and Rocket Center and Marshall Space Flight Center get old when you do it every year, but not for me. I love space and science, so I was always cool with that stuff. I haven't been to the Space Center in years. I need to go. Can't wait for season 2 of Krypton. Brainiac looks great on there, and Doomsday and Lobo come in the season. Man, season 1 was such a great surprise. That's what I hear. Kid Puke says he's writing a story about hens, about two old ladies bickering during the dragon apocalypse. That's interesting. I'll check it out. I like Archie, Riverdale, Jughead versus Vampironica, Sabrina, Blossom 666. Archie comics have been fun. They have been fun, Joe. They've been really, really fun and daring. They're taking risks. They're doing interesting things. Can't wait to see what they do with season 3 of Runaways. I hear that Runaways is really good. One of my comic book brothers, Lance Allen, has been telling me to watch Runaways for the entire time. I definitely need to check it out. If you ask, Leah Williams wrote a What If book about magic, and you should check it out. I did. That was a great book. That was my favorite out of that batch of What Ifs. That was one of my favorites. The one where Doctor Strange is mentoring her. Really good stuff. I remember the Emma Frost one-shot, too. I read that. I'm just excited. I'm only excited because I've become a little bit of a Gwenpool fan because of West Coast Avengers, and I want to see if they continue the thread, especially with her and Quentin. I want Quentin in there. There must be a list of comics about survival. After Walking Dead, I can't find any other. Can you say 1 or 3 of your favorites? Number 1, check out Road of Bones. It's a new one that just debuted last week. If you can't find it, the second printing is coming out very soon. I would recommend that one. What else is there? What are great comic books about survival? I'm trying to get inspiration by looking at my... I'm kind of blanking right now on that. Anybody have anything to throw in on that? Great comic books about survival. Like I said, definitely check out Road of Bones. That's a new one. Survival. Oh, cool. You read Road of Bones. That's a good one. I'm blanking right now. I can't. I'm looking behind The Massive. Check out The Massive by Brian Wood from Dark Horse Comics. It's complete now in 6 trade paperbacks. I would definitely recommend that. Check that one out. It's not like some kind of big bad thing happens, like zombies or something like that, but it is a story of survival. What it is that imagine that every single doomsday scenario, right? Like global warming, asteroid, like every single environmental collapse, like, you know, that every single one you're thinking of. Imagine they almost all happen in like the space of a year or two, right? This is about the world after that. And that's a really good one. I would definitely say that for sure. Check that one out. The AOC, it was something in the freshman class or something like that. I mean, it's crazy that it's so expensive, but it's only because DC did a cease and desist. But I mean, it's a little on the nose. It's pretty much a Wonder Woman cover, just slightly changed. Thank you, Brett. I appreciate that. Carlos says, what are some of your favorite figures and statues that you have on your shelves? Man, almost all of them. It's hard to pick one. Some of my favorite pieces are probably some of my Power Ranger pieces. I just love Power Rangers. I love every single superpowers I have. I'm a big fan of like 80s and 90s superhero toys and stuff like that. If I had to pick a single piece, man, I don't know. So I don't know. That's hard. That's hard. They're all my favorites. They're all my babies. They're all my babies. In particular, though, my favorite stuff is Power Ranger Zords. It's Toy Biz superhero action figures, especially the Marvel ones from the early to mid 90s, and the DC Superpowers figures from the 80s. Those are probably my absolute favorites. I'm also a big fan of Silverhawk, so I'm proud of my Quicksilver, as beat up as he is, and my Monstar right there. Very happy about those. I got a flashback over there. You can't see it. It's just out of reach. But yeah, those probably, I'd say. And my Power Ranger Zords, probably my Ultra Zord from season 1. That's probably one of my absolute favorite pieces. I got the Samurai Giga Zord. That's great. Got the Go Busters one. Go Buster O is one of my favorites. Yeah, I got a lot of cool pieces that I like a lot. I got a Blade movie action figure from the late 90s in package. I really, really like that one. Speaking of toys, let's get to show and tell. Just noticed the Ninja. Yeah, there's Ninja right there. Yep. And the shelf of Aquamans. I really am proud of it. I'm proud of how many Jace Momoa Aquaman pops I've managed to get. McFarlane Cool Toys got DC. What animated show that has never been made into comic would you like to see in comic form? Well, they just recently did Visionaries. They've already done Silverhawks. They've done Mask. Have they done a Snorks comic? I would like to write a Snorks comic. Thank you so much, Eddie. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of everybody here at PCP, thank you so much for your donation. You're helping us continue the great work. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. But McFarlane makes great toys. Always has, and they keep raising that field. So there you go. I want one of his Yankee figures. I never bought any of them. I would like a Derek Jeter. That'd be cool. But Brett, the answer is Snorks. There you go. That would be fun. I would like to write a Snorks comic book. I really would. What do you think about all the variant covers coming out every month? Is it a bubble? I like variant covers, incentives. We talk about this a lot. The incentive practice, I have kind of a problem with. The variant cover practice is pretty cool. DC's been killing it with the variant covers lately. As long as they're order all you want, I think they're doing fine. Snorks by Grant Morrison and Sienkiewicz. That would be, like, Morrison would have some interesting things to say about Snorks, I think. Absolutely. How about the Centurions? Have they done a comic book of that? They should. How about the Bionic Six? Did they have one? What's up, Fraggle Socks? First of all, really like the screen name. That's awesome. Just got in from work. Catching live chat is rare. Canada, shout out. We love you up here. Well, thank you. I love Canada. Absolutely. One of my favorite bands is from Canada. That's Why did I almost say Bare Naked Ladies? They're cool, but Our Lady Peace, one of my favorite rock bands from the 90s. Cleaning up my collection, I might have a Derek Jeter for you. Well, let me know. I might be interested. What's up, Roger? How you doing? Speaking of all this talk about toys, it is time for show and tell. So, first of all, we were talking about Yankees. I do have a new piece of Yankees for the Yankees collection. I want to turn the Aquaman shelf into a Yankee shelf. I don't think I have enough stuff yet. We'll have to see. But I got this Babe Ruth pop. This just released this week, at least at my store. Awesome. The only other Yankees one I have is Aaron Judge. I got an Aaron Judge up there. You can barely see him, actually, right there next to Buffy. I didn't get the Stanton. I like Stanton, but Judge was the one I really wanted to get. But I had to get a Babe Ruth. Now I want a Joe DiMaggio, want a Lou Gehrig, want a Mickey Mantle. Come on, let's get him. Let's get a Whitey Ford. Let's get a Yogi Berra. Come on, let's do it. Let's get a Reggie Jackson. Come on, let's get a Joe Torre. How cool would that be? Let's get a Jeter. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. But yeah, there's the Babe Ruth. I'm going to keep that one in package for a minute. Another one I'm going to keep in package, but I got the Skin Man from the Swamp Thing line. The Swamp Thing had an animated series back in the day, had an action figure line, some really cool action figures. When I was a kid, I had the glow-in-the-dark one, and I had this one right here, and I had that one. I never had that one, and I had that dude, I think it was that dude. No, I had that dude. I think it was that dude. Anyway, this is this dude. There's Arcane right there. Really cool, crazy action figure line. They have this really cool set for the evil unmen, like a play set where you can like turn people into like spiders and bugs and stuff. Really cool. Anyway, their gimmick was they all had this really cool glow in the dark head that they would wear and turn them into a monster. Arcane turns into this big spider monster and all that stuff. So Skin Man has a Fangbat biomask. How cool is that? That's a really nice, flat, good shaped card, even though it has this obnoxious 99-cent sticker on it. So I'm going to keep that one in package for now. But that's the first one of these Swamp Thing toys I've been able to get lately. I was at a Second and Charles not too long ago, and they had that Swamp Thing, and I was going to go back and get it, but I never went back and got it. Instead, I got an Emmett Smith starting lineup figure and a Storm action figure that completed my X-Men Series 1 wave. So I'm cool with that for now. Yeah, Brett, those Swamp Thing figures take me back. I want more of those. I really did. Brian says he picked up a Jack Porkins figure today. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really, really excited about the TMNT Batman movie. I am going to watch that one. I don't know if the new Black Cat series is going to be worth buying. I don't think it will necessarily be worth investing in. If you want to invest in it, if they do a J. Scott Campbell cover or an Art Germ cover or a Mattia cover or anything like that, definitely might want to check that out. But be cautious of like how many are on shelves. If they look like they're over-ordered, maybe they are. But that's what I would recommend. Look into a band called I Wrestled a Bear Once. Let me get my pen working. I Wrestled a Bear Once. I'll check them out. I have read the first couple issues of The Woods by Tynion. I barely remember it, but I've been wanting to go back and check those out. Oh, no, I was talking about the McFarlane Yankee figures for sure. I don't know. Have they done a Jeter Pop? That would be cool, though. I'd get it. We do have a website, deepcomics.com. There's not much on there. It's like an event calendar, that kind of a thing. We do a lot of stuff on our Facebook as far as like new stuff, like new comic books that we get in and stuff. And we do ship and all that jazz. All right, what else we got? All right, I got a new Blade figure, so I got to show that off. This is the 10-inch Blade figure. He's got a really tiny head. He's super swollen. He's got a giant broadsword there. And he's got like cat eyes, if you can see. Cat eye Blade. So my Blade figure collection is getting, not to toot my own horn, but a little impressive. So especially now that I got this 10-inch cat eye Blade. Very excited for that. But here's the big one, when I'm really, really excited. Would love to see Doomsday Clock into an animated movie. That would be cool. Shoulder blades. So I'm really excited about this. Just picked this one up this week. This is the Blackbird Jet from the X-Men Toy Biz line. I never had this. My homie George had this. I used to go over his house and play with it all the time. So I'm super pumped. So I think that this is, I mean, it's used, but it's in package, and it should have all of its pieces. So let's check it out. See, it's already open. But let's open it up. Let's take it out. Let's see. This was so cool. It breaks into 3 sections. So there it is in the thing. Let's take it all out. Oh, goodness. Let's just move it in pieces then. This seems to be the best way. Okay. Well, the wings just fell out. There we go. Got that piece off. Got that piece off. There's the bulk of the rest of it. The wings are here. Little tiny wings. Look at that. There should be more wings somewhere. There should be more wings. Yep, there they are. All right. So, these go on top. Like that. These ones go on the side. Like this. They go this way. Oh, I'm so pumped to have this show. And let's get this back on. There it is, the Blackbird. There it is, the Blackbird jet from the X-Men, from the Toy Biz toy line, kind of coincided with the cartoon. And when just the whole universe was X-Men crazy, that just totally fell off. It's not snapping in there too well. What am I missing? Anyway, so it does break apart into 3 pieces. You can put a dude in there. Let's put a dude in there. How about Wolverine? Got a little Wolverine figure. We'll put him in there. Have a seat, Wolverine. Fly the Blackbird. All right. Okay. Can we get that? I'm going to have to look at this more closely. There it is. It's locked in there now. So there it is, the Blackbird. And yes, because toys have to do cool things, that becomes its own little thing. Of course, it's got missiles. You can fit dudes in there. And the back comes off. You should. What the heck is going on here? Okay, so the wings come off. Sure, let's make that a glider or something. All right, this is supposed to pop off. Well, anyway, so the idea is that the back part would pop off and it becomes its own little missile thing, right? And the missiles are in there and they can shoot out or whatever, right? Okay. So that's cool. And then this is supposed to be like a little command console that is supposed to swing out if you can get this damn thing off. So I get the front piece off really easy, but I can't get the back piece off. Anyway, that breaks apart. I don't want to break it. I can't get this freaking thing off. It's starting to irritate me, so I'm about to stop. How and where do I get the toys? Oh, there we go. That popped off. It slid out like that. See? And the little command center and the missiles. I thought it was supposed to completely... Okay. So this is the third part. The missiles do not come off on its own. This is the glider. That's what it is. So you're supposed to be able to put a dude in there. Let's put Forge in there as Flash falls to the ground. And so Forge can be like, yeah, I'm gliding. And Wolverine's like, yeah, I'm in my little piece. And then someone else can sit in the command center at the computer and fire off missiles. Right? How cool is that? That's super cool. I'm glad I finally figured that out. That's what happens when you do live internet streaming. Anyway, so thank you everybody for joining us tonight. How and where do you get the toys though? I get them at my comic shop, and I get them online. So that's where. Star Wars movies rewatched before Episode 9. Yeah, we're actually going to be doing a podcast about Star Wars. We've already done a Star Wars podcast. It was like the 6th episode of Pop Culture Philosophers. We did it right before Force Awakens comes out, I believe. I think it was for Force Awakens. But we're doing it again. So we're going to be doing one of those this summer. In time, could you review the new Fruit Loops with mixed berries? Yeah, are we talking about wild berry Fruit Loops? If we're talking about wild berry Fruit Loops, those are amazing. They taste like Smurf Berry Crunch. And I love that cereal. Hey, Robbie, is that Comics Revisited Blue Beetle coming, bro? We're doing a season 2 of Comics Revisited later on in the year. We are not going to be covering Blue Beetle in it, though. Yeah, but it looks cool. It's because it's the X-Jet, man. They got to be different. They are different. They're X-Men, right? Firefest looks better than the Dark Phoenix movie. I don't know what Firefest is. I'm doing an X-Men movie rewatch right now because we're doing an X-Men podcast the weekend Dark Phoenix comes out. Has there been a good X-Men movie? Surely. I really like X2. I think the first X-Men film's fine. And I really like Days of Future Past. What's up, Jay? Kid and Pew Guy, yeah, Days of Future Past, that's a good one. Tony, I wish I had this jet when I was little. I didn't. I had a lot of these, though. Yeah, the Goon's really good. Yeah, Wild Bear's really good. I would recommend it. If you remember Smurfberry Crunch from the 80s, it's the closest cereal to that taste and texture that, at least from my memory, that I can think of. It's really, really good. See ya, S Squared. Well, we're out of here. I want to thank everybody once again for the donations, for checking out the video, for just supporting the channel with your likes, with your subscriptions, and just for coming in and watching videos. We really do appreciate it here. Every single one of us, we love it. I hope you do check out the podcast. We recently just released, not re-released, but just released for the first time, our Steven Spielberg podcast. So that's on the website right now, popculturephilosophers.com. You can subscribe on iTunes and other services like that. But we really do appreciate everything. We got exciting things coming up here this week. We got an advanced review of Wasted Space number 10 dropping tomorrow morning. The weekly comic book review is going to be up late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. Trying to fit in a test number 1 advanced review this week, maybe next week. But that I've already read it. It's great. I also read Resonant, a new one coming up from Vault Comics. It's really good. Really exciting times here. So thank you guys so much for checking out the videos and for checking out the channel. We really do appreciate it. Everybody, be nice to each other. Keep it real. Keep it live. Keep on rocking and keep on reading. Thanks a bunch. We really appreciate it.